Take a listen at the Beninese President Patrice Talon's May 30, 2024 reaction after his counterpart in Niger, that's Brigadier General Abdourahmane Tchiani, refusing to meet his emissaries, or rather delegation that was led by the Energy, Water and Mines Minister Samou Seidou Adambi. The same being a delegation that was deployed to Niamey with a letter to Brigadier General Abdourahmane Tchiani, containing a message of goodwill from President Patrice Talon in his attempt to ease tensions between their two countries, and normalize diplomatic relations which haven't been eased for months now, even after mediation by China's CNPC, through its Beninese subsidiary WAPCO.
The
situation between Benin and Niger remains an intrigue. About a week ago, I believe, the Nigerian authorities wrote to us requesting the holding of a meeting of the Interstate Oil Pipeline Monitoring Committee. They proposed that the meeting be held in Niger. Benin gave its agreement, and I personally instructed the minister in charge of mines to go there. He therefore went there last Monday, and the three parties, that is Benin, Niger and the Chinese company WAPCO, met in Niamey to discuss the ways of normal implementation of the transit contract of Nigerian oil through Benin. Seizing the opportunity of my minister's Niamey mission, I wrote a letter to the attention of the Nigerian president, and the minister was instructed to deliver it to him personally. Regarding the meeting of the Interstate Committee, Benin, through its minister, reiterated the availability of the Beninese administration, in particular the customs, cooperated with the Nigerian customs for the normal and regular loading of Nigerian oil at the terminal of Niamey.
Du chargement normal et régulier du pétrole nigérien au terminal de Niamey. Pour autant,
as long as customs transit formalities are possible. I would like to remind you that customs transit formalities are only possible if the passage of goods across borders is permitted. In other words, if the borders are not open for the formal passage of oil, the customs formalities allowing its transit through the territory of Benin are not technically possible. At a minimum, for this transit to be possible, the Nigerian authorities must officially announce that the closure of their land borders is an exception to oil. Such clarification would be likely to allow differentiated legal treatment of oil coming from Niger. In the absence of this minimum, any customs formalities for oil transit remain legally impossible between Benin and Niger. These are therefore the qualifications that the Beninese government had instructed Minister Adambi to bring to our Niamey partners. But according to the report he gave me yesterday on his return, Samou Seidou Adambi, it appears that the Nigerian party present at the said meeting did not provide any response to our concerns and in time to wait to receive the instructions from its highest authorities.
De recevoir les instructions de ses plus hautes autorités. Alors je vous parle.
So, I am speaking to you. I have not received any qualification or information from our Nigerian brothers in the direction expected by all. Better still, President Tchiani did not receive Minister Adambi, whom I nevertheless expressly instructed to give him my letter of appeasement and invitation to the re-establishment of fraternity and the free movement of people and goods between Niger and Benin. I can reassure you that Benin has spared no effort and no humility to enable the re-establishment of harmony between Niger and Benin.
Entre le Niger et le Bénin. Et de manière plus concrète,
And more concretely, with regard to the 2 points which were raised in Niamey, in this case the complementary equipment of the pipeline brought by the Chinese partner, and that's waiting at the port of Cotonou to be transported to Niger. I want to reaffirm that Benin remains available to grant all possible facilities to the company for the effective delivery of the 10 pieces of equipment to Niger.
Pour l'acheminement effectif des 10 équipements sur le Niger. Quant au chargement du pétrole,
some oil loadings at the terminal, I am particularly observing the disappointments suffered by the Chinese partner due to the impossibility of loading oil due to the lack of customs formalities.
L'impossibilité d'opérer le chargement du pétrole en raison du défaut des formalités douanières. Je fais le tour du monde.
I go around the world to beg everyone to come and invest in Africa, in Benin, because for us, it is the main way to develop, and here I am, a witness to what causes the reluctance of investors and which penalizes the attractiveness of our continent.
Témoin de ce qui fait la réticence des investisseurs et qui pénalise l'attractivité de notre continent. But
I remain hopeful that the calming of relations between Niger and Benin cannot delay any longer, because there is no reason to justify the distrust and attitude of our brothers in Niger. The time of protest and sanctions due to the coup that took place in Niger has passed. This time has passed for everyone, and there is nothing today that would justify the Beninese authorities not being kind towards the current Nigerian authorities.
Que les autorités béninoises ne soient pas dans la bienveillance à l'égard des autorités nigériennes actuelles. Mais en attendant,
but in the meantime, we will seek ways and means to help the Chinese company WAPCO in order to limit their suffering and preserve their interests for Africa. This is what I have to tell you is the situation. Thanks. And after authorizing the loading of Niger's oil in Benin's waters, for the sake of the Chinese partners to this tripartite agreement, this is what the WAPCO representative briefly said in a media briefing upon visiting President Talon at the presidential palace. We are received by the President of the Republic. We are informed of the decision of the Beninese government to authorize the loading of oil from the Niger-Benin pipeline, and also the decision of the Beninese government to continue to strengthen cooperation in this project with WAPCO. This Niger-Benin pipeline project is a tripartite cooperation project between China, Benin and Niger. It is a consensus of our 3 countries. The 2 countries are brotherly countries and friends of China. The 2 countries are brothers for thousands of years, so we hope that we work together to do this project, a project of very cooperative cooperation and also a project of strengthening our friendship and our cooperation.
Un projet de renforcement notre amitié et notre coopération.